Okay, still doing a mission for the Mage Guild. I need to find the Augur of Dunlin, which is somewhere within the guild itself. But first I need to put up a couple of things. This Archmage quarters is very nice. I like the design of it in the interior garden. So I'm going to be slightly over bundled until I can get to my room here at the college and place a couple things there.
The college will be here for you no matter what. We always look after our own. Well now, there's a name I haven't heard in some time. My goodness, it's been years since I've spoken with him. I suppose he's still down in the Midden, but I haven't checked. Are you going to see him? Do tell him hello for me, won't you? Underneath the college. It's not the nicest place, so if you go down there, please do be careful. All right, then.
Fortunately, this thing can hold a lot. Okay, now to find the midland. Not a lot of privacy in there, to be honest. The mist isn't a surprise given the amount of water that seems to be down here. And the temperatures. Doesn't seem like many people have come down here, so I may find skeletons. Or at a minimum, some type of animal. Maybe a skeever. No movements and I don't hear anything so far, so it just might just be an uncomfortable place. Sanctified iron dagger. Sacrifice maybe? Maybe not. Something else probably killed it. I see now. A nice wraith. Prison. I think I see what might have happened. He might have been trying to burn the wraith and failed. Regardless, I need to go this way. One way is to hop down there, but I'll still need to get back up again, so it looks like I'm going to be facing a wraith. If I remember right, that's what they're called. I really do need to upgrade my flame spells. So this is more enough for a wraith. That is pretty. I'll tell you, a good companion would be nice to have would be a nice wraith. I summon them. They're pretty fast and their ice spells would be useful in slowing down opponents. That's not really ice spells, but ice attacks, I guess. Mage light. I guess that makes sense. It doesn't consume anything other than magic. But to make it stick there, that's interesting. Of course, this makes about as much sense, so actually it makes less sense. Alright, so ritual room. I'm gonna find probably a few of these down here, given the nature of the college. A lot of torch bugs down here. Forge. Astronaut Forge. That's a curious name for it. Certain items in the offering one. Force consumes the items and conjures something on the dais. So, summoning Daedra and Astronox. I guess you would use these if you need the items that they hold, but it wouldn't make much sense to summon them unless you could somehow bind them. There's a test right here. I really don't want to fight an Atronox, so I imagine there are other things you could summon too. I'll leave this for experimentation later. Hold on. Skeleton. That does not surprise me. Not skeleton, Dragar. What am I thinking? I could see the Skeletons sound different too. I made a huge mistake right there. What's the draw guard doing down here? Alright, so the draw guard came from up there. That's where I just came from. I thought. No, wait, that was one above it. So I'm gonna have to investigate that first. Because I was contemplating falling down onto this ledge. That would have gotten a huge surprise, but turn around and find their Dragar standing right here. So it makes me curious why one of them is down here. None of the nothing makes sense for them to be down here. Unless one of them escaped from the Midland Dark. Midland Dark. Yeah, the Midland Dark. Okay, symbols. Skeleton, hands. I think those are arm. Symbol for RK, I'd imagine, but I'm not sure exactly what they're saying other than you're going to be facing a lot of opponents down here. So get out. Certainly a warning. Hands and arms and skull of people who've gotten down here. Not supposed to be. Okay, something down there. Chest. Okay. For now, I'll just go this way. I can always come back. College goes down quite a lot. Windows down here are curious. Okay, that's the skeleton I'm hearing. Sounds like two of them at least. Yeah, two. Kind of sounds like bones grinding or rubbing against each other. Another ritual chamber. This time a hand. Missing student, dead. Each suffering certain deformalities, the peeled and bubbling skin on the arms and face, conjures burns. So what were they summoning? Similar to the Epsiode, all these appear to be the same thing, summoning. So it's looking for rings, 4 rings. And they're in the Arcanium. Conjuration Master to learn more. There's a Daedric symbol. Right on the palm. It's interesting how the symbol moves. So it may still be active. Sacrificial goat. I think I'm moving much further from where I need to be, but still I'm down here, so spider. I doubt somebody's been down here in a while. There's a skeever head wrapped up. Skeletons, but I don't think any of these people were killed by the spiders. They seem to predate the spiders getting here. This is the chamber from before, and there's a chest up here, I believe. Getting to that now might prove a little bit difficult. At any rate, I can get that chest later. I know exactly where it goes. To Skyrim outside. Alright. So there's at least 3 exits I've seen so far. 1 exit from the mid and dark. 2 from the mid. Just curious. Looks like it's closed off up there. Okay, now to backtrack. A gate, maybe. Given the window is on this side, perhaps intended to block off people from entering this area.
Your perseverance will only lead to disappointments. Still, you persist. Very well. You may enter. I am that which you have been seeking. Your efforts are in vain. It has already begun. But those who have sent you have not told you what they seek, what you seek. Indeed. And so you have come looking, though you do not know why. Like others before you, you blindly follow a path to your own destruction. The Thalmor came seeking answers as well, unaware they will be his undoing. Your path now follows his, though you will arrive too late. No, though you may be the last. The one who calls himself Ankano has sought my knowledge as well, through very different questions. Your path differs from most. You are being guided, pushed towards something.
That's a reference to the
It is a good
Dragonborn.
path, one untraveled by many. It is a path that can save your college.
Well, it could be.
I will tell you what you need to know to follow it further.
There are a couple other things it could be as well.
You, and those aiding you, wish to know more about the
Technically,
Eye of Magnus.
Players
You wish to avoid the disaster
are
of
Elder
which you are
Scrolls
not
as well.
yet
And this
aware.
is the interpretation
To
of this
see
is a
through
little bit off.
Magnus's eye without being blinded.
That's because they are masters of their own
His
destiny,
staff.
where the others are not.
Events now
It's a little
spiral
bit
quickly
confusing.
towards the inevitable center. So you must act with haste. Take this knowledge to your archmage.
Okay, now to go back to the Archmage. But anyway, the Elder Scrolls are scrolls themselves, but one thing that could be considered an Elder Scroll is the player, because they change the destinies of the people around them, much like the Elder Scrolls change destinies. But that's just one interpretation. So there are many things he could be referencing when he says that when he was talking about my character's destiny. All at the same time. Some of them different, very different than others. So whatever's happening, it's happening now while I came down here. And it sounds like I might be too late to do anything about it. Nothing so far.
What you learn here will last you a lifetime. Several, if you're talented. Really? And what might that be? I'm sorry, what? Well, I'd certainly love to have such a powerful staff, but I'm not really sure that any of us need it. And how do you know of this? Did you really? And he specifically mentioned the staff of Magnus? I'm impressed with your initiative. Of course, someone will need to follow up on this. A most impressive attitude. Keep this up, and you'll do quite well for yourself. Something as specific and ancient as the Staff of Magnus. I'm not sure we'd ever find something like that. I seem to recall Mirabelle mentioning the staff somewhat recently. Why don't you see if she can tell you anything? I'm quite pleased with your progress, you know. You've certainly proven yourself to be more than a mere apprentice. Well done. This circlet once proved invaluable to me. I hope it can be of use to you now.
Oh, nice. If I run into certain things, I can always put the mouse back on. That is the one who's sort of doomed himself. Seems to be around when he's planning. This might be useful to keep around, plus it's fairly light. Maybe keeping around one shield might be useful as well.
Please don't bother the Archmage unless it's absolutely necessary. Well, now that's an odd question. Why in the world would you be asking? I see. Well, yes, I suppose I did mention it, though I'm not sure what he expects me to tell you. I only brought it to his attention a few months back when the Synod showed up here looking for it. They were apparently under the impression we were keeping it in a closet somewhere. Mages based out of Cyrodiil. They fancy themselves the imperial authority on magic these last few hundred years. My understanding is that all they really do is make noise in an attempt to curry favor from the Emperor. Lots of politics, little magic. I was quite surprised to find them on our doorstep. They seemed amiable enough, but their line of questioning made me uneasy. It became clear they're trying to hoard powerful artifacts, looking to consolidate power.
It's not politics still.
No one here does. The Synod seemed convinced it was somewhere in Skyrim. They inquired about the ruins of Mzulft, but that's all I remember. It sounded like they were heading there, though they were rather secretive about why. I suppose if you're intent on looking for the staff, there's a chance they might be in Mzulft yet. Just don't expect them to be cooperative.
So, where's Mzulft? Down here, not too far away. On the other side of Windhelm. I really should buy a horse. I've got enough.
We need to do something about these vampire attacks. Here you are.
Vampires. Well, that's not doing anything. Okay, so we might need to take a more physical approach. Try sparks. It's not having too much luck either. Yeah, I'm not doing anything. So I need protection. This is not going well at all.
I'll trick.
I'm going to need the help of the guards. There's no way I can do it on my own. Yeah, it's doing it. Oh. Actually, I like this, so equip.
Someone's saying the Sigil
I've been looking
monks
for
have
you.
been seen in Skyrim.
Got something I'm supposed to deliver.
An ancient
Your hands only.
I figured for that.
Let's see here. Ah, a letter from the Jarl. Moving up in the world, eh? Looks like that's it. Got to go.
I like the sword. I think I can see its stats while it's being summoned. Maybe. Or maybe not. But I think it might be more dangerous than this ebony sword. But the good thing is I can summon 2 of them if need be. So I'm dual wielding them. And there's an upgrade where you can capture souls with it. With these type of weapons. Where if you kill a NPC, depending upon the type of soul gem you have, you can capture them. You just have to have the right type of soul gem for the type of soul that you're trying to capture. And if you have a higher one and capture a lower soul, that's kind of waste the soul gem. So I mean, that may or may not be a good upgrade. It's useful with something like Azura's gem, because that can be reused over and over again. Or Azura's star, I should say. So you can use it, empower something, and you still have the Azura star to capture another soul. Messed up.
You there, traveler! Over here!
I don't really want to deal with that either. The problem is the ice wolves are faster than I am. And there's the problem. Shoot. That can be a problem of taking the backwoods areas. Because those ice wolves are a pain in the butt to deal with. The faster than you are, and they'll hunt you down. We'll have an upgrade. There may or may not be vampires this time.
I've been looking for you. Got something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only. Let's see here. Ah, a letter from the Jarl. Moving up in the world, eh? Looks like that's it. Got to go. Mercy! Cleared out, I guess.
Ah, shoot. Well, I don't want to use flames because that might injure.
So, you're mine.
Sadly, one of the guards died. Oh, yeah, that's right, I can dual... No, I don't think I had the dual one. Never mind. If I can at least summon them. I just have the dual casting for destruction, not conjuration. Still casts by dueling it, but it doesn't do the same thing. If I ran into ice wolves this time, the familiar will slow them down while I keep running. Looks like a fire Antioch. Plus casting like this will help me with training. If I want to become a better if you want to become better at anything in this game, you have to actually do it. So if you want to be better at, you know, picking locks, you have to pick locks. Become a better conjurer, you have to actually conjure something. Seem to be bandits over there. Could be hunting something, or hunters maybe. I'm almost at Windhelm. Pretty sure I heard a voice somewhere. I'm getting close to the town, so I don't want to cast it still. Casting this spell doesn't help as much as you might think, since it's one of the lowest level type spells. But it does show the path, or suggested path, I should say. Not so different than on another game pointing out what roads you should drive.
Keep your eyes open. We're running out of bread. Hope the supplies get here soon.
You must be all right if you've got time to complain.
A giant camp not too far away. Maybe bandits. Okay, doesn't seem to be. Hunting camp from the looks of it. This appears to be what I'm looking for. These ruins. Some of the stairs still stand, but it's been a while since this place has been tended to. Dwarven ruins from the architecture. Or a Dwemer. You can see from the architecture and the symbols. And that right there leaves no doubt. Actually, it's not where I was intending to go, so I can always check this place out later. I should have noticed by how it presented itself. So here we are. Zolf. Adventure, huh? Markath, and Markath still stands, and it's actually occupied now by Nords and Britons. Hard to know exactly what happened to the Dwemer. They just suddenly vanished. The internal disputes have been mentioned, and this is tied to the snow elves. Atrium Forge constructed. Artifacts of immense power. So it might have been the Daedra. The steam's still running. So this is going to be a slight bit dangerous, but you know, it's got the staff of Magus here, hopefully. And if it doesn't have it here, there's maybe a clue about it. One of the mages.
Crystal. Gone. Find Paratus. Inoculary.
Alright, let's see what they have. Lack of progress, the accounts are upset with them. Binder's Conclave, that's curious. Something about a crystal. They've been working here for a while, it seems. Or oculary. Oculary. Alright, so there's some type of focus from the looks of it. Let's see if I can... Nope. Some things just require a key. So something chased him out there, or injured him, and he was at least able to lock the door behind him.